Sa buong history ng PBA, marami ng teams ang nagkaroon ng reputasyon bilang talunan. Sunkist, Winston, Country Fair, Gallery Dominique, FedEx, Shoppingnas.com, mga franchise na bagamat sumubok na sumabay ay hindi nagtagumpay. Many of these teams existed, though during the time when the Pro League superpowers were almost untouchables. Nakakakuha sila ng mahuhusay na players sa amateurs directly at lalo silang lumalakas. Habang yung mga cellar dwellers walang nagagawa kundi magtiis na lang sa kung sino sa mga natira ang makukumbinsi nilang umakyat sa pros. In the modern day of pro basketball where drafting of fresh talents is implemented to remedy this particular problem, being down for a long time or experiencing no improvement at all in repetitive fashion is an unusual scenario. Drafts and trades are there to serve as equalizers. Pero sa PBA, nakakakamot ulo kung bakit nangyayari pa rin ito. At sa kaso ng Terra Firma, naging isang puzzle na nga sa mga fans kung bakit sa dinami-dami ng pagkakataong naibigay sa team sa taunang draft, hindi naman lang umusad-usad ang overall status ng team. So why is Terra Firma remains to be the everlasting loser in the ever-changing PBA landscape? Sa paulit-ulit na disadvantageous transactions na pinasok nila, ano ba talaga ang endgame nila? Siguro kung tatanungin mo nga yung mga regular viewers ng liga, marahil ay magsasabi ng, meron ba? At di mo sila masisisi dahil kung titignan mo ang history ng franchise, it seems as if the organization is simply contented in reaping the promotional benefit of being in the PBA. Para bang secondary na lang ang reason to compete? Parang incidental na lang ang platform Pro Basketball League. The company has given the impression that as long as its brand name is mentioned during game time, it's good enough for them. Now, let's take a closer look at Terra Firma's lamentable PBA history. Nagdebut ang team noong 2014-2015 season bilang Kia Sorrento at later bilang Kia Carnival. In 33 games all season, nakasungkit sila ng 10 wins at nakaranas ng 23 losses. During its introductory campaign, mas pinili nilang kunin si Manny Pacquiao sa number 11 ng first round sa kabila ng availability ng mga mas kilalang players from the collegiate ranks. Sa follow-up season ng 2015-2016, halos walang pinagbago ang ihip ng hangin. In 33 games, the then-known Mahindra Enforcers managed to chalk up 12 wins and lose 21. Mas malala sana yon kung hindi lang dahil sa tulong ng import na si James White na gawing 6-5 ang record nito sa Governor's Cup. During the 2016-2017 season, the team was only good for 6 wins in 33 outings. They actually had Christian Standhardinger as a potential number 1 pick in the beginning. However, in a twist that is probably more shocking than that of the film The Usual Suspects, the management and the coaching staff sent the rights for the said pick to the one team that even need the services of another big man, San Miguel. The apparent boo-boos didn't end there. As if by design, the team replicated its 627 win-loss mark in 2017-2018. As consolation for yet another miserable season, Terra Firma ended up with the number 1 pick again, and this time chose CJ Perez. At tulad ng dati, isinuko din ng franchise ang cornerstone nito pagkatapos lang ng 2 seasons. The worst happened in 2022-2023 when the team suffered the humiliation of winning only 3 games out of 33, including a 0-11 win-loss slate during the season opening Philippine Cup. Nangyari ito noong taong na-draft nila ang scorer na si Jeremiah Gray sa number 2 pick. Marami ang nagsabi na hindi sana nangyari ang super palpak na season ng Terra Firma kung hinintay lang sana si Gray na kahit injured noon ay mas nakagawa sana ng impact kaysa sa ipinalit sa kanyang si 8 overall pick Javi Gomez Del Llano at ang guard na si Brian Enriquez. Speaking of Javi, na-redeem naman nito ang sarili sa kanyang sophomore season. Alongside Wami Tiongson, Isaac Go, and the rookie Stephen Holt, Javi helped Terra Firma to finally barge into the playoffs in the 2023-2024 season, thanks to a remarkable 5-6 record in the Philippine Cup. Naputol nito ang 8 taong tagtuyot na dinanas ng Terra Firma. At kahit sa huli ay binigyan din sila ng rude awakening ng San Miguel, Magandang buwelo na sana ito na pwedeng gamitin para sa mga darating pang seasons. Pero saglit lang pala ang nabuong brotherhood ng Terra Firma. In the wink of an eye, nabuwag ito. Hinayaan nilang umalis si Javi para maging importuli overseas. At sa isang trade na bumulaga sa lahat, Holt and Go were both shipped to Barangay Ginebra for Stanley Pringle and Christian Standhardinger. Naiwan na naman ang Terra Firma para muling magsimula sa isang bagong setup. Para tuloy nagmukhang Sisyphus ang Terra Firma. Si Sisyphus ay pinarusahan sa Greek mythology na magpagulong ng malaking bato paakit ang burol at pag malapit na sa taas ay muling mahuhulog ang bato para muli niyang itulak paakyat ng walang katapusan. So ito ba talaga ang goal ng team? Ang mag-ala Sisyphus at sumailalim sa perpetual rebuilding process? O pwede bang sadyang ayaw lang talaga nilang manalo? While Terra Firma acquired 2 battle-tested veterans, they did at the expense of giving up their future. Pang long term na sana ang core na meron sila. Kung baga sa ulam, halos luto na ito at kailangan na lang ng konting rekado at pwede na for plating. The number 3 pick that they surrendered and the retention of Del Llano will have completed the formation of a solid young unit. Sign up Jordan Heading, the team's 2020 special draft number 1 pick, and Terra Firma would have put itself up to a position where it could seize the day in due time, while the other teams age and go through their natural transition phases. Definitely, magbibigay ng stability at leadership sa loob ng court ang duo nila Pringle at C-Stand. But there's still no guarantee that they would mesh with their new teammates automatically and reward the team the immediate success that it is likely seeking. Sanay mag-compete sina C-Stan na napapaligiran din ng mga dekalibreng players. Kaya bang magtiyaga ng Phil German Center na bitbitin ang responsibility na pamunuan ang underachieving team bago ito mag-isip na lumipat? And will the supporting cast of Coach Jonah Del Cardel composed of Aldrich Ramos, Andreas Cahilig, and Luis Sangalang be up to the challenge of complementing C-Stan's game? The team selected at number 10 in the first round of the 2024 rookie draft Mark Nonoy of LaSalle. He is a good player, but there's a big question mark on whether he really is what Terra Firma needs at this point. Just like last year when it wasted what was supposed to be a valuable 12th pick in the first round with Taylor Miller and letting guys like Richie Rivero, Brian Santos, and Enoch Valdez slip away. The team again bypassed on players like CJ Cancino, Evan Nelly, Brandon Ramirez, Pau Havillanar, and CJ Payawal who may have more to give than Nonoy in many aspects of the game. Anyway, bukod kay Nonoy, hinugot din sa draft sina CJ Katapusan sa second round at Peter Alfaro sa third round. Many PBA teams whose goal is to become competitive, if not champions, consider continuity of effective programs, preservation of team chemistry, smart stockpiling of players, employment of coaches who really want to win, and a strong commitment to listen to fans' concerns as their foremost priorities. Based on its past dealings and overall franchise record, which now runs at 64 wins versus 195 losses in 259 games across 9 seasons, it truly defies logic on why Terra Firma has kept on doing the opposite things and appearing to be just okay with it.